Well, mine's a little dark. I just feel a lot of concern that 2024 may be the year of a black swan event.
Mm.
This is a national security event with high impact that's very hard to predict. There are a number of concerns that I have that factor into that. Not only this sort of enduring heightened threat level that we're facing, the wars in Israel, also Ukraine. And we're so divided in this country in ways that we haven't seen before. And I think that just creates fertile ground for our adversaries like North Korea, China, and Iran. And that's what concerns me
What's
most.
up, a cinemashogun here, and listen, I know that some of the topics that we talk about on this channel, they can be alarming, right? But the point of these videos is never to scare you. I'm not here to frighten you. I'm here to keep you informed, to let you know what's really going on out here. Because look, this is how things are going to go down. Something crazy is going to happen, and everyone's going to look around wondering, how did this happen? How could this have ever possibly happened? Everyone's going to be looking around confused, even though the warnings were out there. Even though the writing is on the wall. Hell, at this point, the FBI is basically screaming through a megaphone, hey, we're about to have an attack on America. Hey, everyone. They're basically screaming from the rooftops. At this point, I mean, it feels like we've been talking about this forever. How long has it been? 2, 3, 4 months straight? Of every couple of days, we get new warnings from the FBI, new warnings from the Department of Homeland Security, new warnings from the Pentagon. Hey, you better be careful during this holiday. You better be careful at this event. We expect something bad to happen at this gathering. The writing is on the wall. Now, of course, I don't know when something's going to happen. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to be. But it looks as if they know. And even if this is not something that occurs naturally, even if there's some government agency push behind what happens, even if it's a false flag, it's still something. And it doesn't make the situation any better for us. And like I said, at this point, I know people can ignore it, but someone like me, I simply can't ignore all of this. And having this platform, the last thing that I want is someone subscribed to my channel sitting around scratching their head once something happens, wondering, well, how did this happen? How did we get here? Especially when I know that they're putting this information out there on a daily basis, basically telling you, hey, something's going to happen. Hey guys, we don't know specifically, but we're going to put out these warnings every day that something is going to happen. Instead of maybe stopping something from potentially happening, instead of maybe making some arrests, maybe tightening up the border or anything like that, they're just going to keep putting out these warnings. But like I said, the writing is on the wall. It's no big secret. People will act like it's a big secret and a big conspiracy once something happens, but they've been telling you. They've been telling you for months. Okay? And don't think it's the boy who cried wolf. Don't think it's one of those situations. Because what they want is they want you to feel comfortable. They want to scare you, and then they want you to regain a sense of comfort. And right when you do that, that's when crazy things happen. But anyways, speaking of all of these warnings, now there's this bulletin that leaked. It's not even supposed to be out here, but it's been making the rounds over the past couple of days. There's this bulletin talking about all of these threats, possibly someone using a vehicle. It all has to do with New Year's Eve. Obviously, all of the information isn't out there because this information that is already out there is supposedly not supposed to be out there. Even though maybe they leaked it on purpose, I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and roll this news clip. I want you all to hit that like button. We got to get those likes up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
There are elevated security threats here at home. U.S. officials are on heightened alert for individual attackers posing potential threats at large-scale gatherings like New Year's events. CBS's Catherine Herridge has more on this alert and what authorities are looking out for.
The attack in Prague by a lone shooter is deepening concern among American law enforcement, already facing escalating threats here at home. Tom Warwick is a former senior Homeland Security official.
This is precisely the kind of threat that keeps the FBI and Homeland Security awake at night.
A recent law enforcement bulletin obtained by CBS News warns the threat of violence by lone actors is likely heightened through the winter months, including seasonal holidays and New Year's Eve. Inspired by the Israel-Hamas war or driven by racial and ethnic grievances here at home, the bulletin warns lone actors may seek to launch opportunistic attacks on public gatherings using simple weapons, including firearms, knives, or vehicles. In recent Capitol Hill testimony, FBI Director Christopher Wray delivered a blunt warning.
I've never seen a time where all the threats, or so many of the threats, are all elevated, all at exactly the same time. I see blinking lights everywhere I turn.
Compounding the challenge for law enforcement, more than 400 hoax bomb threats to Jewish institutions last weekend alone. Warwick says all threats have to be taken seriously.
It's very clear to me that this is not just smoke. There are actual brush fires out there that the FBI is alerting us to, that Homeland Security wants people to be aware of.
According to an FBI memo, the hoax bomb threats appear to be coordinated and the work of a group outside the U.S. for law enforcement. This is a known nonviolent tactic that can be used to disrupt religious services and intimidate. Margaret.
Catherine Herridge tonight in Washington.
So when it comes to this bulletin and when information like this starts leaking out, I often question, is this really a leak? This basically looks like information that y'all wanted to put out there. You know what I mean? And I've talked to you all about this for months, how they put out these breadcrumbs. They put out these breadcrumbs often before a big catastrophic event, okay? A lot of you might not know that. A lot of you are too young to know that. Hell, I'm too young to have followed a lot of the things that have happened in the past. But even I know through doing research that there's been breadcrumbs, okay? And right now, you're seeing breadcrumbs. I want to call it a paper trail, but it's not really a paper trail. But you're seeing a trail of little tidbits of information being dropped on you every couple of days. A trail that's going to lead up into whatever is coming. And I think that most of us know something's coming. And it's not like we're the conspiracy theorists that just, oh, something's coming, something's coming. No, the reason we know something's coming, the reason we think something's coming, isn't because we pulled random thoughts and opinions out of our ass cracks. It's because the FBI and the CIA and the Department of Homeland Security literally tells you every day in new warnings, something is about to happen. Something's about to happen. And you could feel it in the air. You could look around and you could tell. I mean, we are divided as a country more than ever. There's a lot of racial issues going on right now. There's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of infighting. And then you got the border wide open. People coming from countries that absolutely hate us, our enemies, are invading us. Without having to pull out a gun, without having to fire a shot, we are being invaded. And you see, they want you to think that this is a political thing. That, oh, well, if you subscribe to this political party or if you lean this way, then you must be for this or you must be against this. We can't keep allowing them to use politics to not only divide us, but to dumb you down in a way to where you support things that you know isn't right. You support things that you know isn't going to end well just because you're part of a certain tribe. You know, you're on one side of the fence or the other. And when it comes to immigration and when it comes to our border being wide open, they keep wanting to make it a political discussion. And I understand there's politics involved in everything. But what you have to boil it down to, folks, is this. I don't care if you're Republican or you're Democrat, and they don't either. Do you think some of the criminals coming across our border are going to ask your daughter if she's Republican or a Democrat? Do you think they're going to ask her if she's a conservative or a liberal before they snatch her up and put her into a trafficking ring? Do you think these evil people coming across the border are going to stop to find out the political affiliations of your wives when they snatch them up while they're jogging through their communities at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning? If there is this big attack on a large public gathering, do you think someone's going to walk in and say, hey, where's the Democrats, where's the Republicans? We need to divide y'all, and I'm only going to attack one half of y'all. No, that's not how this works, folks. What's happening at our southern border, and I'm not against immigration legally, but what's happening at our southern border is insane. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people a day. And then you wonder why, why are we under all of these threats? Because we're allowing people in that hate us. People on terror watch lists are just perusing right across the border, coming to a town, a city near you. And it's not like this is, you got to be scared of these people. It's not like this is a myth. It's not like this is a fairy tale. No, there's plenty of situations that have already happened. There's plenty examples of some of these illegals coming here and doing horrible, horrible things. Now, that's not to say that everyone's evil. But you have to understand that America has made a lot of enemies, which is not my fault, it's not your fault. But there's people coming over here that they don't love America. They're not about the American way. You see, back in the day, we had immigrants coming here who fell in love with the American way. They wanted to chase the American dream. I know plenty of people who came here from other countries that love America way more than Americans that are born here. But this new age type of people that are coming here, they're not coming here to follow the American dream. They're coming here to shit all over it. They're coming here to destroy America from within because they hate America. And a lot of them have objectives. They're not necessarily here to create a better life for themselves. They're here to create a worse life for you. So everyone's, it's all political. It's all political. Ask the people in New York who voted one way their whole life. Ask them if they think it's political. I'm telling you right now, too. The first people that are going to be affected, everyone wants to talk about minorities and equality and diversity and all of this woke nonsense. Who do you think is going to be affected first? Minorities. What areas do you think is going to be affected most when all of these people are pouring into our countries? Do you think the rich people living in Beverly Hills are going to be affected? Or do you think it's going to be low-income areas? Stop setting yourself up for failure. That's what you're doing. Okay, you can't support these things. It's not good. It's leading to no good. And it's taking away your value of life. The value of life, the value of your property, the value of everything. But all in all, I just feel like it's terrible that we now live in a country where we're constantly under the threat of all of this nonsense. And everyone wants to shy away from the fact that the people who may commit these attacks, we're just allowing them to walk right into our country. No questions asked. Hell, we're giving them money. We're putting them up in 5-star hotels. Hey, we want you to sleep good and eat good as you prepare to do something horrible to us. It's ass backwards. And everyone knows it is. That's the worst part. That's the embarrassing part. Is that a lot of these people coming over here, they know it's ass backwards. They know it's stupid. They're laughing at our stupidity. They're laughing at our kindness. They're laughing. And like I said, this isn't everyone. Don't think I'm talking about every single person. There's tens of hundreds of thousands of people coming across the border. Surely not all of them are bad, right? But some are. And there's a lot of them. And they're coming over here for reasons. Reasons that have nothing to do with molding into our society and becoming a productive member of our communities. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts. I'm sure some of you disagree. Let me know what you think down below. If you're feeling generous, you want to donate to the channel, you can do so directly via Cash App. I will have my Cash App in the pinned comment of this video. You can also donate via Super Thanks or for free. You can help the channel, share the video, like the video, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.